This woman asked God to give her a white husband, but years later, she regretted it.
But because we cannot live under the same roof because of your insult, he was very insultive. Calling me a prostitute, I took you from a man. That's what he tells people. He has a channel also. You go to his channel, you will see. If you understand the captions, he will call me prostitute, a thief, everything. There's nothing I've not been called.
Ever since I've been online, I've heard the sentiments from black women towards black men, at least some of them. And that sentiment and concern is that, listen, dealing with black men just isn't good enough for them. They would like to go out there and be treated differently and be loved romantically by a group of men who actually gets it, because black men or African men just don't get it. And once they get these men, hey, things are gonna go work out. They will get mixed children, they will live a life of happiness, and everything will run its course. Unfortunately, it doesn't always end up like that, because there's a lady right now trending in Kenya by the name of Betty, and she's a single mother to 2 beautiful mixed kids. And actually her YouTube channel is called Betty's Stories from Kenya. She was a lady that prayed for a white man. And if you don't believe me, here's a clip.
This woman asked God to give her a white husband, but years later, she regretted it.
I was so tired of everything. I said, God, please give me a white boyfriend who will take care of me, who will give me a family, what I need.
God answered her request after only 30 minutes.
Within that minute, God answered my prayer.
That's right. She prayed for a white man to come. And when he did, he came. But rewind! What was the reason that she prayed for a white man? Well, because she kept getting her heart broken by black men. Let's check it out.
But I came to a point that I started getting very tired of our guys here in Kenya. Let me tell you, because of being heartbroken, I had when I left school, I had that's my first boyfriend, the teenage boyfriend who made me leave school. And when I went there, I met this guy I was so much in love with. And now I got this guy that I had miscarried his pregnancy, and he was there like with every woman he was meeting. When I wanted to make a family, I was like, no, this is not. I'm fed up with this African Kenyan man. I was like, no, this is not what I want. I don't want, I need somebody who is serious, for a relationship. I was 22 years now, and I am ready for a serious relationship. That's crazy. So
after getting her heart broken from black men, she decided to go and date white men. Well, in this case, Russian men. Stop the show, Dima. My bad, Dima. Ain't you Russian? Ha! Exactly. A Russian man, not Dima, I don't think. So, after she gets with this Russian guy, before she was with his friend, stop the show. Yeah, she kicked it with the other friend for like 3 days. So then this guy decided that he wanted to booty clapping sounds, clap those cheeks, and that dude was staying with her. And she was like, no, listen, I'm not a prostitute. Even though she stayed with the other dude for like 3 days, let him booty clapping sounds. Another Russian guy. So she ended up with his friend, which is going to become her husband. Fast forward, Dima. So they end up moving to Russia. The guy's a doctor. She lived in Moscow. They have everything that they want. They have money, a nice house, all of that. She's there for 3.5 years. They have their first child there, and everything is good. But stop the show. She was like, African music, I miss Kenya. I want to go back to Kenya. I don't want to stay in Russia. I'm bored. Nobody here to talk to. I get to go home every year for 2 weeks, and I'm going back to Kenya. So, this is the white man that has rescued her, taken her from Kenya into a life of luxury, but she wants to go back home to the village. So the guy was like, look, no, you need to stay here with me and everything will work out. Nope. She wanted to go back to the village. So they fought, and the guy said, listen, I'm not going to let you go by yourself. We're going to sell everything in Russia and move there. Stop the show. Men, if you ever make this stupid ass mistake, like a woman wants you to go into her world, you have a world that you understand, that you're doing very well in. You're going to sell off all of your stuff to move to an African village with her, where she doesn't have really anything but her family and doesn't really have anything but that. You know what? As much as you love her, let her go, okay? Because it's your infrastructure that has gotten it so far. I've seen so many guys do this and then they end up losing their way, like this guy's about to. So fast forward. They sell everything, they go there and everything like that. Then they started some businesses. Business, of course, was doing okay at first until they weren't. Sad music. So people started stealing from their businesses, started stealing from their farms and all of that. So then the guy starts drinking like this.
I said, what am I gonna do if he gets worse and I'm in somebody's country? And this the person, I'm supposed to be to look after me and all that. But here he's this anchor that is so much. My husband, he's a very big drinker. He's an alcoholic. If I may say it, a good drinker.
So as you can see, he's losing a bit of himself, right? Basically, the guy is becoming a drunkard because he's no longer doing what he loves to do in Russia. He's no longer being himself, and he's now on her time, living in her country, getting scammed, everything like that. It just become a complete total disaster. Fast forward. Then what happens at that point, you guys can check this whole thing out on Afromax English. It was a great story. Once that happens, guys, it gets even a little worse. So the guy falls into complete alcoholism. Not even working anymore, not doing anything anymore. And she was even going through experiences like this.
As a mum, she's fighting to raise her 2 children. She says it's really tough for her, and she's asking for help from everyone who watches this video. She believes that help is simple and that everyone can do it.
So for me, anyone who would be interested, if you have listened to my story, anyone who would be interested to help me and my kids, I'm trying right now to make this place better. It is supposed to be actually finished, down and up, but it didn't go through because of all those stories. Anyone who would like to help me a little bit, anywhere, anyhow, you can be able to reach me through my contact on my channel. They are there, my contact in the description box of my channel. Betty's Stories from Kenya. That's the name of my channel.
What about your husband? Do you think he needs help?
My husband, he needs a lot of help. I cannot say because we are separated that guy doesn't need help, but the help he needs is medical. He has a problem with this. Medically, he needs a lot. Even his friends know that, but we have tried to tell him to go back to his country.
That's right. Experiences of being beaten. Okay. That's not cool, but it's what she experienced. So then, if you read the whole thing or watch the whole thing, they end up splitting up. But this is interesting at the end. Okay, listen to this.
And we were getting back. I told him, no, I'm going to stop you. You will not go anywhere. He held my hand behind my back. And then, these Russians, they go to army when they are 21 years, like all the men. So this one has also been in the army before. And he was twisting my hand behind my back. And I even pissed on myself. It was painful, man. So painful. And I cried and cried. Such I don't know where your passport is. I don't know. He twisted me more. You have to tell me. I lied to him. I know where it is. I'll show you. That time, I don't even know where it is. He twisted me. Got down downstairs, and he said, "Give it to me." I don't know where it is. He strangled me.
Now she is asking for anybody to come and help her with her situation. Please support her. Now she has these Caucasian kids, or half black, half Russian kids. She's living in, I don't know if you would call it a poverty situation, but she has 2 mixed children now living somewhere in Kenya and, not living a financially successful life as what it seems. But all of this was because she felt that she's tired of these Kenyan men, and these Kenyan men are not anything. I want to get me a white man or a Russian man. How has that helped you? I mean, this is the thing, like, okay, how has that assisted you? What have you gotten from that? The reality is that you didn't get anything from that. And this is what happens. I've been living here. You have the divestors. They think that getting them a white man is going to be great. Getting them a white man is going to be their saving grace. No, getting a white man is not going to be your saving grace. Getting you a white wife is not going to be your saving grace. I don't know why brothers and sisters believe that, but that's some of the stupidest stuff I've ever heard. You know what I mean? Like, people are good people or bad people, depending on who they are, how they see the world, how they've grown up. You just can't get around it. Nobody's going to give you a good person because they're white or they are foreign. All right. Like, even some of the guys from the Passport Bros, they think that these chicks are going to be just so great. No. All right. Like, I'm living overseas. Yes, some of them can be nice, but they're not going to be nice because they are from Africa or because they're from, the UK or because they're from whatever. That individual is just going to be a good person or a bad person and more your speed because of that individual person, how they're growing up. Now, obviously, there are some cultural things that can help you there, but that's not going to be the case. And black men need to understand it, or you end up like this lady who thought that, color over character would be the same thing. But check this out. Now, that guy ended up becoming an alcoholic. He ended up becoming abusive just like anybody else. And the reason is he had to give up his life to move into your world. And any man can become, despondent or start acting erratic in that situation. You don't have to be Russian to do it or black to do it. It can happen in any chance. But, now you're looking for somebody to help you, and, you don't have probably the black man to come out and help you. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shady Jackson back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Bridget, before you do, subscribe, bell. We're out.